Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. So today's video is really exciting because I am going to show you my updated go-to oily skin slash matte base routine for the summer heat. It is getting hot here in Texas and we have a lot of humidity. I live in Houston and it is humidity season right now, okay? I did this routine not too long ago. I was out and let me tell you, my skin looked amazing. So if you suffer from oily skin, if you have excess sebum, if you tend to not break out, but if your foundation breaks up during the day because you are so oily, this is the video for you. Okay, save this later and share with your friends that are oily skin, because this is going to save you so much time, so much headache, and so much money. So grab your brushes, grab your cafecito, and let me show you not only how to get a beautiful matte base, but also how to get a beautiful, easy, classic, soft glam look with a little bit of color, because honey, we wear color during the summer. Let's get right into it. Let's jump right into the eye look. I am going to start off with mis ojos today because I want to clean up the shadow and to make it nice and sharp. So I'm going to take my concealer as an eyeshadow base. This is my L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is amazing for covering any darkness on the lids, and then it does dry down a little bit matte, so it really helps to just like mattify the lid, especially if you have like oily lids. That is the one thing that I don't have a hard time with, is having oily lids. Thank God, because my skin is already oily as is. I'm going to visit this palette again, the LA Girl Glow Envy eyeshadow palette. I used it once and honestly I haven't touched it since, and it's such a gorgeous summer perfect eye look or eyeshadow palette. So we're going to start off with our color on the crease. You guys already know, or not the crease, sorry, underneath the brow. I'm just going to set that in place, and I'm just going to use this big brush that I tend to use for my under eye. I'm going to use that and set. I'm going to start off with my crease shade, which is this color right here. It's the perfect transitional color. It's like that caramel transition shade. And I'm going to start off in the center. And I am just going back and forth, back and forth. We're just going to blend this out, and we're going to build it up to our desired saturation, if you will. But again, I'm not going to go too crazy, so just very, very soft, because I'm going to add a little bit of brown, but I don't want to overdo it either. I'm just dragging this out over here. I'm going to flip my brush to this side, and I'm going to take that exact same color, but I just want to be a little bit more precise with that. So I'm going to bring that in, almost connecting it to my nose, and this will just help with the nose contour later on. I'm going to pick up this darker brown. It has a little bit of a like almost like a maroon undertone. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. If not, then I will have to dip my brush into another palette. But for now, I'm just going to keep this color right here in the outer corner. And I'm not going to build up on this color too much, because again, I don't want this to be like super intense. I just want to lay down a foundation, if you will. I'm going to take a little bit more and just bring it in about halfway, stopping right in the center of my eye, like where your iris is. That's where I'm going to stop that color, because again, if I bring it in here, it's going to create a little bit of smokiness, and I don't really want that, at least not today. So I'm just going to stop it right here. I'm going to take a wipey or a makeup wipey, and I'm going to go underneath the lash line, like right where my lash ends, where my last lash ends. And I am going to go ahead and clean that up. I'm using a little tool because I don't have nails right now. This is like a little tweezer tool. And this will help you if you don't have nails on and you want that really sharp effect. I'm going to take a little bit of glitter glue, apply it to the back of my hand, because I really want this eyeshadow to stand out. And I'm going to just use my fingers since I don't have any nails on right now. And I'm going to go ahead and take that all over the lid where I want this green to go. And I'm going to be using this green right here, which is a really pretty like lime green, and it goes really well with the green next to it. And I'm going to take that. Look at that. That is so pretty. It's almost like an iridescent green, and it matches my shirt perfectly, which is exactly what I was looking for. And I'm going to stop right there because in this inner corner I'm going to add a matte mint color, and that's really going to just elevate the whole look. So I'm going to grab that, and let's grab a brush, something like this, a small little detailed brush, and I'm grabbing a little bit more of that glitter glue, and I'm going to take that into the inner corner. I'm actually going to pick up a different palette really quick. This is the e.l.f. Mint Melt palette. I don't know if they have this one still, but any mint color that you have will work just fine. And now I'm just going to go back with that brown and just kind of like diffuse the edges so it's not so like blunt and harsh. So the eyes are done. As you can see, they're super cute and soft, and I am going to add like an inner corner wing, if you will, once we are done with everything. But so far I like it. Okay, let's move on to the face. This is going to be like my most used routine when it comes to the summer. So skin has been prepped. Make sure that you're using good products for oily skin, such as niacinamide, AHAs and BHAs, salicylic acid, things like that. For your moisturizers, use some sort of gel consistency versus a cream that's going to be heavier that might make you look a little bit greasier, and then opt in for a shine reducing primer. So this is one of my favorites that I pull out mainly during the summer. It is the Paula's Choice Shine Stopper Instant Matte Finish with Micro Sponge Technology. This is for oily and combination skin. I literally only use this for the summertime. It is a little tricky to use, so I'm going to show you my favorite way. I apply a little bit in the areas of where I have a lot of oil, which is usually like my T-zone. And then I will use my fingers, and literally you just want to dab it in. You just want to press. You don't want to rub because this can and will peel. And then whatever's left, I will grab that towards the center of my forehead, especially on the top of my brow. I get super oily in this area. And again, I'm just kind of like spreading it and then pressing it in. For my foundation, because I really want this to stay in place, I want this locked and loaded, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. This is the summer foundation if you are oily skin. It is going to lock and load your makeup. I'm not really wearing any other primer on my face because I don't really need it with this specific foundation. Oh my gosh, can I speak? Now, if you don't have this foundation and you want something else, then I would say go for a gripping primer on the outer perimeters of your face and keep the matte primers in the T-zone. That's going to help you a lot. If you want it to be a little less coverage, then go with a sponge, but you know me, I am a full coverage queen. And I know a lot of people don't like using like heavier foundations during the summer times, but I promise you this foundation is so breathable. It is so lightweight that you will not feel it at all. And because it is super matte, it's going to stay in place. I feel like the shade is such a better match now that I am a little bit tan. And then I'm going to flip the brush and I'm going to blend that towards the hairline. I'm gonna go with my absolute favorite concealer that I think I have ever used. That is the Natasha Denona. This concealer really is worth every single penny. I know she is a pretty penny, but I promise you she is so worth it. It is creamy. I would say it's like medium coverage, but it leaves such a beautiful satin finish on the skin. And the best thing is that this takes a while for it to crease on me. And I have pretty wrinkly lids, this does not crease on me that much. I'm only adding a little bit of concealer on the center of my face just to balance it out because it is a little bit lighter. As you can see, I'm not going in with a liquid bronzer because I really want the skin to be nice and matte, and the more products you have on your skin, the more it's going to look cakey, and the higher chance you have of it getting oily throughout the day. Does that make sense? I'm gonna take my favorite concealer brush and I'm going to start tapping it. I let it sit on the skin for a few minutes just so it can get nice and thick. And I'm blending mainly the edges because I want the coverage to be in the area where I need it, which is obviously my dark circles. And then again, just tapping the edges. I was actually watching this makeup artist live the other day, and she was showing this technique on where she sets the concealer but she only taps the edges. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You really want the coverage to mainly stay in the areas where you need it, that way you're not so cakey. So try this technique out and let me know what you think. But I've been using it since then and I was like, why didn't I think of this? So yeah, I love watching those live makeup artists. I'm like, oh, I wish I had the patience to go live. I'm way too nervous. I'm way too hard on myself, and I don't know, maybe one day I'll go live on TikTok. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys actually join if I went live, like getting ready together or something? That would be fun, but it's so terrifying. You can bake and you can set or bake and set, but I like to just set my makeup. I don't like to bake because I feel like it sucks too much of the moisture and it can make you look really like crepey underneath the eye. So I'm gonna take my favorite powder, which is the One Size. Honestly, this is like the only powder that I feel like I can use now because it is that good. And I just tap off the excess on the back of my hand. And I lightly go in and set, and I will take this as far down as I want. With this foundation, you don't need to set, like it sets on its own, which is why I love it. I'm gonna bronze the skin because I really want this to be a summer beautiful glowy skin using my Fenty bronzer in the shade Island Ting. I feel like green and pink go really well together, so I'm gonna use a little bit of my Lawless Rosebud blush. It's pink, but it's a little bit on the soft side. I'm gonna take this up high because I want a lifted look. As you can see, that color is so pretty. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. This is a brand that I am falling in love with. Their glosses have to be like my top used glosses at the time or at the moment. For my highlighter, I've been really into the Amrezy and ABH. I know that they released a similar one, but this one is just an OG and I just cannot put it down. Is it expired? Probably, but my skin doesn't break out with it, so I am fine. I'm gonna take that and just hit the cheeks a little bit, even though I do want matte skin. We're gonna finish off this look by taking that brown shadow that we use in the crease, and I'm gonna bring it in just to elongate the eyes and make them look a little more almond shape. If you already have an almond shape eye, first of all, how does it feel to be God's favorite? Just kidding, but I really like that look of the elongated cat eye, if you will. Doing the same thing to the lower lash line, just adding a little bit of the brown. Again, I don't want to create a smoky look, so just being a little bit more gentle in the lower lash line. Okay, for my lips, I went with the ABH Cool Brown Lip Liner as well as the ABH Peach Nude Lip Velvet. This is like my favorite lip combo at the moment. Then I topped it off with a Topaz lip gloss from Maybelline. It's just like the perfect nude bronzy shade. Now here is where the magic will happen. We're going to set the skin twice with two different setting sprays. The first one is going to mattify the skin, and then the second one is going to keep the hydration in place. So this is actually really cute with my hair up. Okay, This is one of the best matte setting sprays at the drugstore, the Lottie London Matte AF. Literally is that girl. She will keep you matte AF. So just make sure you shake it really, really well. Really, really get the skin nice and wet. And then I'm going to dry it with a fan. And then of course, if you guessed it, the One Size On Till Dawn setting spray. This is going to keep your makeup in place. It's gonna lock it, and it's going to keep it super matte and perfect for these hot summer weathers. Alright you guys, and this is the final look. I love how this turned out. This will be my go-to base routine for the summer time because I know it is so full coverage. It is so beautiful. My skin literally like looks flawless. Hello, pores wear. Shine wear. The eye look is definitely a plus, perfect for the summer, for summer outings. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's summer makeup look slash matte skin routine for oily skin. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I love you guys, stay safe, and until next time, I'll see you in my next video.